everyone. This is Judith for Golden Skate, and I'm very happy that I'm here today with Stéphane Lambiel. Steph, thank you for taking time. How are you doing right now?
I'm doing good. Thank you, Judith, for taking the time to interview me. And let's start with the questions.
Perfect. So you're here at the European Championships with Deniss, Vasiljevs, with whom you've been working for 7.5 years. How did you approach this event with him?
So it's a long time to be working with someone, and actually it has been wonderful to work and to get to know Deniss. He's a wonderful skater, a wonderful person. He has very strong values that are very close to my values. So I think working with someone that you get along and that you're able to connect well, it's a treat, and I really admire his ethic in works, and it's just a pleasure to see what he's doing. And my job as a coach is to make him as much autonomous as possible, and I feel he's getting there, so it's a big pride. And and I look forward to the next steps.
Yes. So Deniss said this summer already that these Europeans are very important for him and the main focus of this event. How did you specifically prepare for that he's at his peak at this point?
Of course, Deniss has always rather slow start in the season, and building up with the new programs is important for him, so he get to enter into the character, into the rhythm. So it's for sure important to build up the peak towards Europeans, and we still have Worlds at the end of the season. So I think for sure Europeans are super important. There is one more competition after this one, so I really want him to keep the motivation, to keep the passion that he has, and to believe in. We saw yesterday in the pairs event, work pays off, and that's really what skaters and a skater like Deniss should trust. Is that of course there are a lot of talents in figure skating, but when your talent is emphasized with the smart work, it really pays off.
Yeah, and it will pay off either here or at a later point. Yes, right. So, what do you wish for Deniss? With which feeling should he leave the event? That he is happy or with a certain satisfaction?
For me, I would like him to be able to perform with a how do I describe that? Like a free spirit, with a feeling of generosity at the same time with the precision that he's looking for, and I just want people to be able to enjoy as much as he enjoys it. I mean, he is a performer, and once he lets go, that's where he performs the best. So that's what I wish him.
Deniss is a very heavy thinker, so we also addressed this in the past that sometimes he overthinks too much, and also this is such an important event. How do you prepare mentally, or how did you approach this challenge that he is thinking just so much?
We have of course we have a long history, and we have an honest and open relationship discussion. So I think it's important not to be afraid to discuss things, and even when there are a lot of thoughts, it's important to sort them out and keep the essential.
So let's move on a little bit to your other very successful, you have other successful students. And of course, you had a lot of recent success with Shoma. How would you evaluate his season up to this point?
Shoma is incredible. He is a fantastic skater. I admire his determination and also his working ethics is just unbelievable. In both cases, Shoma and Deniss, and even Koshiro.
Yes.
I mean, those three men and athletes, they have shown me like such a, I don't know, like a great attitude towards work, towards life, and at a young age they already knew what they wanted. And I remember myself being there and not knowing until I was 25, and so it's beautiful to see how determined and at the same time much more patient than I was back then. So yeah, they are great athletes, and I just see that Shoma has something magical in him. Probably one of the highlights of this season was at NHK when he saw I was a little bit how can I say, I was a bit off before he entered on the ice, like 1 minute before he entered, and he just looked at me and looked at Demi, and he's just like, why, like, you look sad or worried. And then I realized I need to like get the right state of mind. So, and then I just told him, like, then make me happy. And as soon as he finished the program, he just looked at me to check if I was happy. So just the fact that he's able to be so sensitive to so many things and at the same time be so focused and target what he wants and then go for it and be so reactive. I mean, it's unbelievable. He's out of this world.
Shoma very often brings you up in interviews, like saying, it kind of relates to what you just said, like he wants to make you happy and wants to please you, and that he's happy when you are happy. How do you feel when you hear something like that?
I mean, for me, it's very important that we are happy, but for me, what is important is that he's actually doing what he wants to do, and that he's being also efficient. It doesn't matter how happy I am. What matters is that in the job he's efficient. So that's my goal, and I love to see that he's focused, that he's there, and and we are not machines, and not everything works perfectly all the time, but at least there is this sense of solidarity and humanity, which is important, even in high level sports where it looks like we do things that are out of this world, but we are humans first.
Yes.
And and for me, this is a priority. Is health. Yes. And the humanity. Like, life is so short.
Yes.
And we are just a little bit of dust for a small time on this earth. So we need to enjoy. We need to share a moment together, and we need to do the best out of this moment.
You work with Shoma now also for 4 years. How would you say your relationship, coach-student relationship, and communication has evolved over this time?
I mean, I remember 2012 when I first saw him in Innsbruck skating. He was so small, and I was so high on the audience stands, but he was so powerful. His presence was like a spotlight. He was really bright and shining. and then we met. I was doing the conference as the athlete role model for the YOG, for the IOC, and meeting with him afterwards, even though he had no idea what I was talking about. There was some kind of telepathy between us, and a few months later, I was teaching in Japan for the national camps, and yeah, there was something connecting.
And this is still there and didn't really change or
it evolved because
closer.
He understood also slowly understood a little bit more what I was talking about. and I got to understand also how he functions, and to know his routine, to know what he prefers.
Yes.
And yeah, we shared a few experiences that helps us to know each other better.
I just remember the moment when you also skated together on the ice.
Also, I mean, all those experiences, from teaching as a consultant for the Japanese Federation to the moment I was coaching him, we had a few experiences, like you said, skating together to the Four Seasons was also something very special, because we had to match our skating and our rhythm and our patterns. So it was pretty unique, that moment of practicing together for that show. Yeah, so we had several experiences where we got to know each other on different levels. And yeah.
How would you characterize your three longtime students, Deniss, Shoma, Koshiro, in a few words, like 3 words, or what adjectives come to your mind? Maybe we start with Shoma.
For Shoma, I would say
take your time.
Peace and
peace,
acceleration. It's rather diverse, but peace and acceleration.
What about Koshiro?
And Koshiro is actor. Actor and something with rhythm and quickness. Like he has these quick fibers that makes him quite rhythmical. And as for Deniss, something like majestic and honorable.
Is there any other skater or team that impressed you recently, and why?
I would say Gabi and Guillaume, while we were touring, they really brought me to a state of emotions that I felt was a big impact for me when they were skating to Roses, their show number. That was a moment that I really enjoyed on tour, going out and watching them. I also really admire Piper and Paul. For several years, I think they've been pushing themselves beyond expectations. And I really like their research, and again, the way they work, the way they put things on the ice that is not something that we expect. Yesterday I was very impressed with Lucrezia and Matteo. I was actually already very impressed with the short program and really loved their attitude. And I mean, knowing that Matteo has been at 10 Europeans, it shows how patient, but at the same time determined he is, and passionate about skating. So probably I can go on, but let's take those 3 teams.
There's those that came to your mind first. I heard that you in Champéry now teach a lot young kids, like young children. That's also something very close to your heart. Is that correct? And that you really enjoy doing that, like It's like some kind of...
I've done that since the first day I've been teaching. I think the best way to learn and to teach is actually to teach the kids. Yes. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I just heard that there was like a new program that you really try to get the kids into skating.
We had this program before the COVID, and during the COVID we had to stop, and we started again after COVID. So it's something that we started back
way before,
back then, and we just had those 2-3 years of COVID times where it was not possible, to have them. So, and they're kids from the valley, and they're super cute.
I mean, I still think that's something very remarkable, that like a coach who coaches the world champion also really has a huge interest in like bringing the sport to very young kids who probably can't even skate backwards, or like you have to teach the very basics. So what makes that so special to you, where you want to keep doing it?
I mean, like I said, for me, it doesn't matter what level. I'm not looking for fame. I'm not looking for success. Is something so, like it's like a birthday. It's your birthday, and next day is someone else's birthday. So I'm not looking for. I enjoy when it's my birthday, but I'm very happy when it's someone else. But actually the work to be on the fields and to work and to teach and to share and to see that maybe the message is not clear for one skater, so then you need to make it clearer. And even when they're very, very young, they already have a personality, they already have a character. You already need to observe and to understand what's going on. So yeah, it's a life sharing moment, and it doesn't matter how successful the skater is. It's really not about that.
So you've been nominated as Coach and Choreographer of the Year now again. Also, like, it's remarkable, I think, to be on the highest level in both coaching and choreographing. Maybe second last question, what does it mean to you to be nominated by the ISU for that position, and how do you balance coaching and choreographing both?
I mean, for me it's hard to manage time, because I love to work, and my motto is the more you do, the more you do. So it really what I do encourages me to do more, because I get inspired, because I get to see that, okay, I need to improve, get better, help, fix. Like, it really inspires me. Like, for example, this summer we are doing the show in Champéry, and a new project allows me to develop some new ideas, to create, to teach, to coach. So I think it's a good balance. Skating, coaching, choreographing is right now, in the moment that I am, it's a balance that helps me to inspire each thing that I'm doing. When I skate, I also get to feel what I'm doing, what I'm teaching, and when I teach, I maybe want to try something, and maybe then when I do the run-throughs with my skater, then I understand, okay, I want to maybe choreograph something different for next season. So it really
all comes to belongs together.
I think it really influences the whole thing, but at the same time, you really need to, in order to function, you really need to put the time. For each thing, so you're able to let go of everything and to just enter into that world that you want to create.
And the ISU nomination, does that mean anything to you, or is it just
like I said, I'm not looking for any fame. It's for what matters is what the skater produce, and yes. Okay.
And to finish this interview, what in 2024, as the year just started, what on or off the ice are you especially looking forward to, or
just to be able to perform and skate and live my passion with my full heart.
Thank you so much, Stéphane.
Merci.
It was a pleasure, like
Thank
always.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.